Dear listeners / viewers, kindly like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News, and tell everyone you know that we are available on, turn the page, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Acast, and Podcast Gang.
Turn the page is new, right? I haven't seen that one before.
There was just no, it was a note to me to remind me.
To turn the page.
Yeah.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true, as far as you know.
You are getting old. So have you ever heard of the Einstein Cafe, Einstein?
No.
It's an upscale dessert chain with outlets across the Arab Gulf states. I thought with your many voice talents that you probably had done work for someone out there.
Closest to that area I get is probably Madrid.
That's close enough. Yep. The Einstein Cafe started a fad by selling its rather thick, milky drinks, which to me sound a lot like, I don't know, the smoothies?
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. All they said is they started a fad by selling thick, milky drinks in plastic baby bottles, complete with nipples. According to the AP story, the cafe was inspired by photos of trendy baby bottles, on social media. You know, I would mock that, but it's probably true. The idea was an instant hit. People lined up at Einstein stores. They took photos. They had fun. They remembered their childhood, said Yunus Mullah, the CEO of the chain. They remembered their child. How long were they drinking out of baby bottles, ma'am? Sir? Mr. C?
I don't care. I don't remember, and I don't care.
No. I remember my children drinking out of baby bottles, and we're not going there.
Exactly.
CEO also said there were many angry people that said horrible things. Imagine that.
In this day and age. You're ugly and your mother dresses you funny.
In Dubai, Kuwait, and Bahrain, the government cracked down on the new cafe offering, saying the bottle violates the country's customs and traditions. I can see that. If the country has any taste at all, they probably would. Meantime, in Oman, citizens were asked to report sightings of the baby bottle confections to a consumer protection hotline. Okay, not my, if you'll pardon the expression, cup of tea, but yep. Really? I mean, that would be like, squealing on people for not wearing a mask during the COVID thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, a little different because these things are utterly innocuous. At least during COVID, you've got the cover of saying, what if you get sick and pass it on to somebody who dies? You've got that argument. You don't have it with baby bottles.
Well, you do. It's just icky. Just saying.
Patreon.
Or as they say in the old country.
Patreon. Thank you.
Come on, get going.
Patreon Stokes was pulled over for speeding in Marion County, Florida. Police detected the scent of marijuana and searched his car. They found drugs, surprisingly, including meth, crack, and heroin, along with money. Stokes was taken into custody, and upon arrival at the police station, the money was nowhere to be found. Until police noticed $20 bills falling from his posterior buttocks, behind, backside, butt, booty, bottom, breech, bum, his sit-upon.
Or sat upon.
He must have looked like the weirdest, most disgusting ATM ever. I mean, where do you swipe the card? What buttons do you push? From the police's Facebook page. After a necessary but undesirable process for everyone involved, MCSO detention deputies located $1,090 in U.S. currency hidden in Stokes' rectum.
Darn near killed him.
Back to you as quickly as humanly possible.
Trying to think of what you follow that story. How about a politician story?
Okay, that'd be great.
That'd be close. So here are some promises from Tulam Saravanan's list of promises as he runs for the Maduri South constituency, whatever that is.
Okay.
Mini helicopter, annual deposit of 1 crore, which would be worth about 150,000 US dollars for every home. Golden jewelry for weddings, a 3-story house, and a trip to the moon. You may have guessed it. He is not serious. He's an independent candidate in the April 6th Tamil Nadu election. His manifesto and his outlandish promises have grabbed more attention in the constituency where there are 13 other candidates. He said, my aim is to raise awareness against people falling for freebies by political parties. Attention, U.S. voters. Attention, U.S. voters.
There's a blue light special in Washington in the congressional aisle.
I want them to choose good candidates who are ordinary people, said the 33-year-old journalist turned candidate. In other words, to highlight tall promises by Netas, he is making them himself. His poll symbol is a dustbin. The message, if you want to fall for promises that can never be met, you might as well throw your vote in a dustbin. He also promises a robot to reduce the workload of housewives, a boat for every family, along with channels for boat rides, a 300-foot-high artificial snow mountain to keep his constituency cool, and a space research center and a rocket launch pad.
I think I like him.
I want to move to India just to vote for him.
I just want the rocket launch pad so I can go look at it.
Saravanan is single, lives with his parents, and had to borrow the money to file his nomination papers. So the ruling party, angling for a third term, this is the legit stuff now, right?
Yeah.
The ruling party, angling for their third term, promising free washing machines, a monthly payment of 1,500 rupees for house rupees, whatever they are.
Rupees, probably.
Okay, rupees.
This is India, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rupees. 1,500 rupees for housewives, 6 free gas cylinders for every family, and a government job for every family. And that's just the top of the list. Its main rival, and I can see why they've been out of power for 10 years. They're only promising to cut petrol and diesel prices, a free tab with internet, and a waiver of student loans. Hey, we're trying that last one here. We'll see. Let you know how it goes.
We'll hire a kindly granny to tuck everyone in.
I don't know,
at night.
man. If I'm in India, I think that 300-foot artificial snow mountain would be the one that sets you off. Just saying.
Government ought to come with a warning label.
Oh.
Speaking of which, warning label.
Right to the warning label.
The warning label on a wheel. Try to stay with me.
I'd have just let you speak, but
warning label on a wheelbarrow, not intended for highway use.
On a wheelbarrow. I would love to meet the person that thought it would be.
I'd like to meet the person who could make it so. On a baby stroller, remove child before folding.
Always a good idea.
Apparently the same lawyers were working for these guys as were working for the kids' clothing tag.
Exactly right.
Warning label on a takeout coffee cup. Avoid pouring on the crotch area. It doesn't say whose.
Or that you can't pour it anywhere else. Their lawyers missed.
I've had that happen years ago. Oh boy, that hurt. Let's see. Warning label on a bottle of dog medication. May cause drowsiness. Use care when operating a car. My question is this: how many dogs they know can read?
I just want the dog who can drive.
Warning label on a box of rat poison, and you've got to love this logic. Has been found to cause cancer in laboratory mice, which means they tested it on mice before they used it as rat poison. What sense does that make? They don't want to use rats to test it?
Son.
Yes, dear.
Rats have a better union, for one.
Well, yeah, look at Washington.
Exactly.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.